What do you do when the thing you love starts to hurt? Not emotionally, not metaphorically, I mean physically, literally hurts to do. For years, landscape photography has been a big part of my life. Hiking to the perfect spot, standing for hours waiting for the light, carrying heavy gear over uneven ground, and then I injured my hip at work and it impacted my photography and my life. The pain got so bad that just getting out of my truck became a project. Eventually, I had hip replacement surgery, and then here's the part nobody tells you. I'm still in pain. Recovery isn't a light switch. Some days are good, some days remind me that I had major surgery. So if you're sitting there right now, camera on the shelf, because your body or your heart just isn't letting you do photography the way you used to, stay with me. This one's for you. My story. Before surgery, I couldn't imagine photography without landscapes. That was my genre. That was my identity as a photographer. Photography was going to be my retirement gig. When the pain got bad enough that hiking, kneeling, standing long stretches were off the table, it didn't just take away a hobby, it felt like it took away a piece of who I was. And even now, post-surgery, still working through the pain and recovery, I don't have the stamina I used to have. I can't just decide to hike 3 miles to a ridgeline. Some days I can't decide much of anything beyond getting through the day. But somewhere in that frustration, I found something I never expected: toy photography. I can shoot it sitting at my studio table, no hiking, no standing for hours, just me, a small set, some good light that I can control, and a completely different kind of creativity. It didn't replace landscapes in my heart. I still love them. But it gave me something that landscapes couldn't give me right now: a way to keep creating without punishing my body for it. It's not just physical pain either. Now, maybe your body is completely fine. Maybe what's keeping your camera on the shelf isn't your hip or your knees or your back, it's your heart. Maybe you just went through a breakup and the idea of picking up a camera feels pointless when everything else feels heavy. Maybe you just lost someone you loved, and the last thing on your mind is composition and lighting. Grief has a way of taking the joy out of things you used to love, and photography is no exception. If that's you, I want you to hear this clearly. That heaviness you're feeling is real, and it's valid, and photography isn't going anywhere. It'll be there when you're ready. But I also want you to know that sometimes picking the camera back up, even a little, even imperfectly, is part of how you'll find your way back. To my retirees and seniors, I know a big part of you watching this are retirees and seniors, and I want to talk to you directly for a second. Maybe retirement didn't look the way you pictured it. Maybe it's quieter than you expected, and some days are just plain loneliness. Maybe you're dealing with the aches and pains that come with getting older or recovering from an injury of your own. Maybe you lost a spouse or a close friend, and the world feels very different right now. If photography used to be your escape and pain, physical or emotional, has pushed it out of reach, I see you. And I want you to know that you're not being asked to do what you used to do. You're being invited to find what you can do right now, exactly as you are. Don't quit, adapt. Here's the message I want you to walk away with. Pain, whatever kind it is, doesn't mean your photography is over. It means it's just time to adapt. You don't have to force yourself back into the genre or the routine that no longer fits your body or your life right now. You have permission, full permission, to do something different, something easier, something gentler. That's not giving up. that's being smart, and honestly, that's being kind to yourself. Ideas to adapt your photography. So let's talk about what that can actually look like. Toy photography is a great one. I'm living proof. Set up a small scene on a table, play with the light, tell a tiny story with your camera. The toys are your subject. Macro and still life at home work also. Flowers from your yard, a cup of coffee, objects on your kitchen counter. There's more creativity and stillness than people realize. Try window light portraits or turn the camera on yourself. A phone photography walk, even that just might end in your driveway and back, still counts. Document the small, ordinary moments. Your pet, your morning coffee, the view from your porch. And if getting up and moving isn't in the cards today, shoot an entire project from one seated spot in your home. None of these require the body or the heart you had before. They just require a camera and just a little willingness. Push through and stay motivated. On the days it's hard to stay motivated, start small. One photo a day, that's it. No pressure, no project, no expectations. Give yourself a tiny theme to chase, something simple that keeps you a little curious. Reconnect with other photographers, online or at a local club, especially ones geared towards seniors. And you're not the only one going through this. And on the days when you're even holding a camera feels like too much, that's okay too. Go through your old photos instead, edit some of those photos, and remind yourself why you fell in love with this type of photography to begin with. I'm still healing myself. Some days the pain reminds me that surgery wasn't a cure-all. It was a process, but adapting to toy photography didn't just give me something to shoot, it gave me back my joy of photography. Your pain, whatever kind it is, doesn't get the final say on whether you get to create. It just gets to decide what that creating looks like next. If you enjoyed this video and you found something useful out of it or it touched your heart, please click that like button and that subscribe button. It really, really does help, especially now with YouTube changing the way they're doing everything. And please, whatever you're going through, have yourself a very, very blessed day. And until next time, take care, everyone.